following is a presentation of GRS TV.
We set the bar high, on top 'cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights, looking like a star shot. We set the bar high, on top 'cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights, looking like a star shot.
Cold and rainy night here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium as the North Garland Raiders take on the South Garland Colonels. Hello everyone, my name is Steve Reeves. I'm joined by my partner as always, Bobby Georgian. Bobby, I tell you what, we're getting the crunch time now in district play, and for North Garland, they've had a rough 3 weeks. They started 1-0 in district play, lost the last 3, so they're 1-3. South, of course, 0-4. Not exactly out of it, but man, it's going to be tough for them to make the playoffs. So this is a big game really for both teams, North Garland especially coming off those 3 losses.
Yeah, really, we just want to look at the rivalry between these two clubs. And, they've had a battle from a long tradition of battling together, and it's just going to be a fun night of football. It's a cold night. It's a rainy night. There's wind probably about 10 to 15 from your left to right. And so, but neither team really throws the ball a lot. They run it a whole bunch. Both quarterbacks throw it about 100 times so far this year. South Garland just haven't had very many completions out of that 100 tosses, and it looks like, on the other side, North Garland, they do complete the ball a lot. They're about 60% in the air, but I think it's going to be a defensive game tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what impact the weather has in the game because, again, as we mentioned, very cold tonight, and it's been raining for the last day and a half, so weather may play a factor as well. I think you're right. I think they'll probably keep it on the grounds, and defense is going to be key here tonight.
Well, North Garland, they average 33 points a game, and South, they give up 42 points a game, so really South has to step it up on defense. They don't score a lot of points, South doesn't. They only score about 19 points a game. So you got to give offensively, North Garland has the advantage. Defensively, South Garland's going to have to step it up tonight.
There's the opening kickoff. The Raiders did win the opening toss. They deferred to the second half, so the Colonels elected to receive it there. And you saw the kick, a short kick recovered right there by number 27. So the Colonels will start on offense, 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Colonels, again, a disappointing year for them. I know they were coming in expecting better results than what they've had so far. They're 0-4 right now in district play, but they've battled a couple of the district teams pretty well, Bobby. And it's going to be good to see how they can finish these last couple of games on the year.
Yeah, they played Garland, Lakeview, Rowlett, and then Naaman Forest their last 3 games. So they've put up the meat of their district play against some pretty tough opponents.
Just about ready to start here. 1st and 10 for the Colonels. There's the snap to the quarterback. He's going to hand the ball off coming to the left side. That is number 4 with the carry for the Colonels. That is Brandon White. He gets hit pretty good there and a loss of a yard on the carry. You see right there, number 66 for the Raiders on the tackle, Davion Sneed.
Boy, 265 pounds of force right here. Just wham! And then lands on top of him.
Second down 11 here for the Colonels. The quarterback is number 9, Jalil Brown. He is a sophomore for South Garland. He's going to fake the handoff, keep it himself, looking for some running room, cuts it outside, still on his feet, and then finally tackled up around the 37. A flag comes in late, and a gain of 3 for the quarterback. Looks like this one is going to come back, however, a holding call, it appears. Going to go here, illegal use of hands against South Garland. We'll wait for the official signal.
Yeah, so the sophomore getting a start tonight. That's kind of a surprise, and it's going to give him a lot of experience. You go into a sophomore year.
Legal block in the back. Offense number 23. 10-yard penalty. Replay second down.
Definitely can see what he's got for him, and then he'll be able to go into his senior year with a lot of experience.
So the block in the back there you saw called against the Colonels. There's the head coach for South Garland. on your screen there just a moment ago, and there's a look at the replay. Boy, a lot of moves right there for Brown, but just not able to find the gap. There was the push right there, Bobby, and the penalty called afterwards. So second down, 21 here, and the first throw attempt of the game, and a wide open receiver, but he short hops him. Boy, he had him out there, Bobby. He was going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down, but the pass is incomplete.
Well, it was a nice job of pocket presence there. He has quite a bit of time, but he's moving his feet real nice. He sees where he's got to slide to his left, and he has to throw. Boy, it's a tough throw throwing against your body right there. But I tell you, his receiver had the opportunity to make the catch.
Yes, he did. So the incomplete pass sets up a third down and 20. Here comes some pressure from the Raiders. They're going to throw it up deep, and the ball floats, and guess what? Oh! Boy, he had to come back for the ball. Almost caught it that time, but just doesn't.
Well, you see that ball go up in the air, and it just caught the wind, and it just stopped. And just fell backwards almost. Look like a boomerang coming back towards him.
Exactly. Here it is right there. You can see it go up in the air. And again, receiver tries to come back for it, but boy, pass is incomplete, and fourth down. The Colonels looking to punt it away here.
North Garland Raiders, Ian Jennings.
Ball's out.
Boy, and it looks like North Garland is going to get the ball here at about the 2-yard line, maybe the 1. Boy, the first big mistake of the game, and it goes the way of the Raiders.
Boy, that's just a tough break right there.
You'll see it right here on the replay. He just loses the handle on it. Yeah, exactly. And then watch. North Garland comes in, loses it again.
First and goal, Raiders.
How did that ball get out right there? That probably should have been a safety, actually. He should have been down in the end zone, but they let the ball keep going.
Yeah, let it go. And I guess they said no one ever had possession. So the Raiders first and goal at the 2. How about that for your first possession? There's the snap, the handoff on the counter to Sabron Woods, and the touchdown is there, a 1-yard touchdown run for Woods. And just like that, the Raiders strike first.
Yeah, you got big pulling guards going one way, and well, it's just easy scoring right there.
There's a look at Woods right there, the leading rusher for the North Garland Raiders. Extra point attempt is up. It is good. So just like that, we've got a quick score. Again, first and goal at the 1. You can't make it much easier than that. And look at Woods there on the sideline. Let's just keep it here. We're just a minute and a half into the game here. 7-0 North Garland.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about at the beginning. That points allowed is 42 points a game by South Garland. And you have on the other side, North that scores 33 points a game. You can't make those mistakes inside your own territory when that's already stacked up against you statistically. You have to have a pretty perfect game tonight to pull this one out.
Yep, you're exactly right, Bobby. And again, a break there for the Raiders. They get the ball first and goal at the 1. They're able to capitalize, and Colonel's going to get the ball again here after the kickoff. So 7-0 here early on. Raiders on top. Again, North Garland 1-3 in district play. You know, they started 1-0. They had a huge win, Bobby, against Lakeview to start district play, but again, have lost 3 straight since then to fall to 1-3.
Yeah, they've played Rowlett, Naaman Forest, and Saxe are their last 3 games, and all of them been pretty close except for the Naaman Forest game. And they just have lost those. You know, I don't know. Each game is a little bit different scenarios, but you look out there, North Garland's got a really good team.
Yeah, of course, this group of seniors, you know, most of them have been playing since their sophomore year on the varsity, so this was the team that North was really looking, you know, to make a big push for the playoffs. Here comes a return, and a little bit of room out here across the 35 to the 36 is number 23 for South Garland. That is Edgar Del Rio, and pretty good field position coming up here for the Colonels. Now there is a flag, a penalty flag sitting at the 38, so we'll check what that is.
Just about every kickoff does have one of those yellow flags laying on the ground.
Yep, just about. You are correct. So it appears it's going to go against the Colonels, probably a legal block again. God, they're marking it all the way back to the 21.
Personal foul number 32 for unnecessary roughness. 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
So a personal foul call against the Colonels. So again, they were going to start, it looked like, at around the 38-yard line, but instead the 15-yard penalty marked off where the penalty happened, so it's going to start at the 21. So the Colonels look to have great field position. Instead, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 21.
It's one of those blind shot hits, you know, that they'll get you for. They've kind of stopped all of that. If you're not in the play, you're not allowed to hit somebody like that.
And off to number 22 on the sweep to the right side, and not a whole lot out there. That carry by Ethan Farley, the senior.
Yeah, it just got that play was made by the defensive guys holding that edge. See, they just don't allow him to get outside. Did you see who that is? That's Woods. Their
yep.
running back is not allowing them to get outside and turn that corner. He strings it out, and when you do that, your defensive backs can come up and make the play.
So 2nd down here for the Colonels, 2nd and 9 after the 1-yard gain, and boy, penalty flags out here. And let's see if they're going to give it for procedure. The North Garland left defensive end kind of jumped across the line, but let's see if he was drawn off.
Well, usually they'll let that play continue if he wasn't.
Yeah, big discussion there as they're all huddling up and trying to decide who they're going to call it against.
Dead ball. False start. Number 23 of the offense. 5-yard. Replay 2nd down.
Yeah, so there is the false start called there against the Colonels, and we'll back them up 5. And boy, I tell you, they've had a few penalties here early on, Bobby, and of course the botched snap on the punt, and boy, not the way they wanted to start this game, not even 2 minutes in.
No, it's not when you struggle on offense anyway. You've got to come in and play tight, especially inside your own territory.
There's a snap, and the handoff goes inside, and boy, North Garland's defense is there. Boy, to quickly make the stop. Matter of fact, they may have lost another yard.
Yeah, you'll see Alex Garcia all over the field. He's their leading tackler. He's 6'3", 240-pound senior. And you'll just see you'll watch him. He's everywhere out there as a linebacker, defensive end, jumps out into coverage.
Yep, he is a 3-year starter for the Raiders. He is a good one, like you mentioned, number 9. And just watch for his number here tonight on defense for the Raiders. So 3rd down here and 15.
He'll line up at H-back too and catch some passes for him.
Yes, he will. A good block there picked up, and the catch is made, but he's not going to have enough yards for the 1st down. He's going to be about 4 yards shy, but a nice grab that time by number 5 of the Colonels. That's Deontay Jackson.
Jaleel Brown just making a nice pass right here too. Roll out. Square up, toss it down the field. I don't think I'm going to punt again. I think I'm going to go for 3 yards here.
Yeah, it's 4th.
You got to punt it, but man, after that last one, makes you think
sequence,
anyway.
Yeah, no doubt. 4th down and 2. And the high,
it is a fake.
It's a fake, and they're going to snap it to the up back. He's going to have enough for the 1st down. Out across the 30 to the 34. So the fake does work, and the Colonels will keep the offense on the field.
See, the punter, he acted like it went over his head, and everybody believed it this time. So maybe they just had that, you know, they did that first one on purpose, maybe, so that they could run this play next. You know, just trick them a little bit.
Now, for our audience listening, do not believe a word he just said. But a good play there on the fake punt, and a 1st down here for the Colonels, their first down of the game. There's the snap, and boy, a lot of trouble right here in the middle of the field as 2 North Garland defenders there. 57 for North Garland, the main tackler there. That's Cornell Smith, and that's going to be a loss of 2.
Yeah, when you're Woods and you look up and you see all of your linemen looking at you, you know that's not a good sign.
That is not a good sign whatsoever. So
that means they're chasing.
Yeah. 2nd down and 12 now coming up for the Colonels. Just under 7.5 minutes here in the 1st quarter. Our score, North Garland 7, South Garland 0. There's a snap, and boy, the quarterback's going to keep it himself, and there to make the tackle. Guess who? Number 20, Sabron Woods. Gain of maybe 1 for Brown, but Woods not fooled at all, and he was ready to make the tackle.
Solo tackle by Cameron Wheeler.
Now let's see what they do here. They have their backs all going different directions. Boy, Zabron does come straight down the line and rides him down like he's cattle.
So another 3rd and long here coming up for the Colonels. 3rd down and 11. There's the snap. Brown looking to throw. Here comes pressure, and he's going to go down, loses the ball. North Garland scoops it up and is tackled at around the 17-yard line. It was number 22 for North Garland, Josiah Harris. Boy, but another turnover here for the Colonels. Watch Brown. He doesn't even see the pressure, and then it comes out right there.
Oh, yeah. And he had time to throw it. His receivers weren't looking back at him yet, so he kind of waited. You see him, he kind of pumped like he was going to throw it. He has to pull it down. When that happens, I mean, that throws the timing off. That ball was supposed to already be out of his hands. You hold it just a little long.
Yeah, usually bad things happen when
do.
That's the case. So North Garland, their first possession, 1st and goal at the 1. On their second possession, they're going to take it at the North Garland 12. So 1st and 10 at the 12 for the Raiders. There's a snap to the quarterback, number 15. He's going to throw it out in the flat. Boy, nice one-handed pull down and a touchdown for number 40 for the Raiders. There's Cameron Wheeler. And Bobby, did you see that? He was out there, just reached that hand up and pulled it in.
He's not supposed to catch balls like that. Look how big he is. Nice patience right here by Gauthier, too. He's like, oh, and he got to throw it over the linebacker. And then he's just going to run over people to get in the end zone, man. What a catch, what a run.
So the Raiders have had 2 plays on offense, and they have 2 touchdowns. Extra point attempt is good, and look right there as we head to break at number 40, Cameron Wheeler. Our new score, North Garland 14, South Garland nothing. We'll be back after these messages. Look at number 40, Wheeler, there on the sideline after the one-handed 12-yard touchdown reception. North Garland up 14-0. A little steady, I guess you'd call that a mist coming down, Bobby. It's not really raining, but a mist is still coming down, and a high end over end kick is going to be fair caught at the 32, and the Colonels will start right there.
That's be their best field position, I think, of the game.
Yep, you're exactly right.
Yeah, it does look like there's, I don't know if it's rain or a mist or what it is, but it's floating through here almost like a heavy cloud.
Yep.
It's going to make it pretty difficult because it does look like the wind is kind of whipping. So South having to throw the ball. There's the picture of it. Look at that.
There you go. Great
Yeah.
shot by our GRS TV camera crew.
And it's 50 degrees at kickoff tonight. So, and it's supposed to get down to 40. So it is getting progressively more cold out there, and it's probably going to get pretty hard to toss the ball. So you got to really establish the run here.
But here comes Brown with a run, and well, had some room there for just a moment. Bobby, it closes in a hurry, so a gain of only about 4 yards on the quarterback keeper.
Good play, though. I mean, that will take some pressure off Sabron Woods. You know, letting him run the ball a little bit. They can't just focus on one player at that point.
Second down and 6 now for the Colonels. We are halfway through the first quarter. 14-0 North Garland. Again, they've had 2 offensive plays and have 2 touchdowns. There's the snap. The handoff this time coming left side to the receiver there in motion, and that is, I believe, number 4. It is indeed. So number 4, Brandon Wyatt, that time with the carry. He's going to gain maybe a yard more, so 3rd down and 6. Here's a look at it.
Yeah, he just gets squared up. I mean, the linebackers are just coming in there and just know exactly where the ball is. They're following those guards, and when they pull, they're just following them straight to the ball.
3rd and 6.
So 3rd down and 6. Clock continues to run here. There's the snap though. Brown looking to throw it. Throws it out quickly to his receiver. The catch is made. Pushing across the 40 to about the 41. He's going to be about a yard shy, it appears, Bobby, of the first down. I believe that was 23 on the reception for the Colonels, Edgar Del Rio. And I think if you're the Colonels, you're going to keep the offense on the field here on this 4th and short.
Yeah, I think you need to as well.
There's a safe, quick throw.
He's a pretty good little quarterback. He's making some pretty nice throws, pretty good little runs. It's kind of promising.
So here we go, 4th down and 1 for the Colonels. Snap to Brown, a high snap. He's going to keep it himself. He is, well, I don't think he got it, Bobby. He was going to be close there. A penalty flag comes out late, so let's see what it is. They may get an offside here against the Raiders. That'd be an automatic first down.
Oh, yeah, he's pointing left, so it looks like he's going to point towards the Raiders.
Josiah Harris coming up for the tackle.
Offsides, I believe.
So there's your 5-yarder. That is a first down.
Offsides. Defense number 5 lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's the worst. When you don't even jump or anything. It's just that you line up, just ready to play, and you got your head leaned over just a little bit over the line, and you get that call. That's a tough one.
That is tough. Does give the Colonels a first down here. They've got a 1st and 10 now at the 46. There's a snap. Brown's going to throw it quickly again, looking down the sideline and just overthrown by a couple of yards, looking for number 23 once again, Edgar Del Rio, but that one again, a little too long.
And Jalil Brown's not afraid to throw it. That's a good thing to have somebody that goes out there and knows where he's going to go with the ball and puts it there.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of the accuracy and all that sort of thing might, you know, as you get more comfortable playing, you'll be able to set your feet and toss it out there with a little more accuracy. But right now, at least he's got the confidence and he's moving his feet well.
Yeah, notice too they've had some problems with protection, and so Brown looking to throw it quickly each time. Here it comes. Brown in some trouble. He's going to roll out, throw it, and pass is incomplete. As well, he may have been just trying to throw that one away, Bobby, as no receiver really open there.
Depending on the play for the Raiders, Nick Matthews.
So 3rd down and 10 now for the Colonels.
That's a real hard throw anyway. When you're running for your life basically towards the sideline, and then you got to turn and throw your ball. Look at that pancake by the offensive lineman right there. Just a nice job. He has a little receiver running over there, but it's just, he was really double covered. Probably a smart play to put it where he did.
Yeah, totally agree with you on that one. 3rd down and 10 here. Snap to Brown. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to roll out. Oh boy, he's in some trouble, and he's going to go down. He may have lost the ball again, as I saw the beanbag come out, and I think North Garland may have this. Still haven't seen a signal yet. The beanbag came out, so they definitely called it a loose ball, and there it goes. They just pointed North Garland's way, so they got another turnover.
Well, that's something he will need to work on. When you start scrambling, you got to tuck that ball up. You can't keep it out there. Goodness Nawahi comes up with the ball.
Yeah, you're going to see it right here. He's just not able to hold on, and well, good job by Woods there, Bobby, really to strip the ball out. You can't say much more for that. And again, North Garland with another turnover. That is already for South Garland. That's South Garland's 3rd turnover. And North Garland on offense once again. There's a snap, got the air looking to throw it. He's got time. He's going to throw it across the middle. He's got a man out there. Oh, it just overthrows him. He's looking for Duke Parker, and pass just a little incomplete.
Defending for the Colonels, Kadarius Hart. 2nd and 10, North Garland.
Boy, he slings it out there. Oh, I mean, I think the wind caught that ball too.
It may have.
And picked it and let it go a little further than he expected it to go.
Yeah, it sure may have.
I mean, that wind is whipping now, going from left to right.
So 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Snap to Gauthier. Once again, he's going to hand off this time to Woods, coming to the right side between the guard and tackle, and a nice little gain of about 7 yards on the carry.
On the 26-yard line, gain of 6.
Third down and 4 coming up. There's a look at the flags. You can see the wind, as you said, Bobby, just kind of whipping there, probably at about 10 to 15 miles an hour, maybe a little more with the wind gusts. And here we go, third down and 4. Another handoff to Woods. This time the Colonels get him in the backfield. A nice defensive play for South Garland when they needed it.
Yeah, Perion Adams, man, just comes right through there and makes a great stop. Well, they needed that bad, too. So far, they've had 2 plays, 2 touchdowns, so if you can keep them out of the end zone here, that'd be a big, big plus.
So 4th down here for the Raiders, and right now, Bobby, it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field.
Yeah, if you punt it and you put it in the end zone, it'll come out to the 20 anyway. It's only going to net you 10 yards, so might as well. Look at him hiding.
Yeah, looking to throw it here. He's going to throw it out, and is that a catch? I think it is.
Oh, my goodness, what a great grab.
Number 13 for the Raiders comes up with a Nick Matthews, and boy, it looked like the Colonels had great coverage.
Yeah, look at Gauthier just hiding. He's hiding, so you don't know he's got the ball.
Look at the slow-mo action there, boy, a great job there. And a nice catch.
Oh, man, he had to slide with his brace on, and it just dug into the turf.
Hand off to Woods on 1st and goal, and he gets tripped up.
You see him getting up, not Woods, but earlier, the one that made the play, was it number 13?
Right, Nick Matthews.
Nick Matthews catching the ball. Was when he does that, he slides in, and he already wears a big brace on that knee, and it just dug right into the turf, and it made him have to get up, and he was kind of real gingerly walking back to the sidelines. So let's hope that he's going to be okay.
There's a snap on 2nd and goal. The handoff to Woods coming to the right side. Still pulling, and then he gets tripped up at around the 1. He loses the ball, perhaps. Now, there is a penalty flag on the field. Still no signal. So I guess North Garland is going to retain possession, but we will check the flag. And it looks like a holding call will go against North Garland.
Holding. Offense number 52. 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay 2nd down.
Penalty goes against North Garland, holding.
Here's a look at it again. Boy, a pretty...
yeah, right there in the backfield, the center, you can see he basically tackled his player. Ooh!
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning is Woods kind of came down awkwardly there. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, Michael Gonzalez pulls him straight down, back around his legs, come up underneath his body, and that was weird.
2nd and goal after the 10-yard penalty at the 15. Here's a screen pass to Garcia, and they're going to hit him at around the 10-yard line. So nice job really by the Colonels defense. A good play call there, Bobby, for North Garland, but South Garland able to hold him to only about 5 yards. So here we go, 3rd down and goal from just inside the 10. And look at number 48 right there with the tackle, Eduardo Coronado.
And it was executed well. I mean, they fake left. Gauthier tosses it, acts like he's going to toss it left, and comes back, and it still gets covered up by the South Garland Colonels. So they do make a great stop right there.
So here we go, 3rd down and goal. Gauthier looking to the end zone, and I think that catch was made. It is. That's a touchdown for number 7, Duke Parker.
Woo, he just went up and got that ball. I mean, that was good coverage. I thought it was going to get picked off for a minute.
Look at the concentration that time.
Yeah, the coverage was there. He had his hands between the ball and Duke Parker. Parker's hurt too. He looks like he's come out limping a little bit here.
Extra point attempt coming up right here. The kick is up. Boy, and I think it barely cleared it, but it is. It's a good extra point as it barely made it over the crossbar, and extra point is good. So with 42 seconds remaining here in the first quarter at Homer B. Johnson Stadium, our score, the North Garland Raiders 21, the South Garland Colonels nothing. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV. 15 got the air for the North Garland Raiders. A nice throw to number 7, Duke Parker there, a 10-yard reception for the touchdown and a 21-0 lead for the Raiders. And saw the just a low line drive kick there is going to be recovered by the Colonels at the 38, I believe, once again.
I guess they do that just so you don't have any chance of returning it for a touchdown, or no mistakes made right there. I mean, it's really hard to make a mistake if you kick it low and there's no chance of returning the ball, but you do give them good field position every time.
Yeah, that's the thing that, for me, if I was a coach, I'd hate giving an opposing offense the ball at the 40-yard line,
yeah.
Right. But at any rate, that's what the Colonels get here. 1st and 10 at the 39 for them. They're trailing by 21, so they need to get some things going here. They're going to hand it off to 22 and just nothing outside. North doing a good job right now of keeping contained there. Is number 22 on the carry for the Colonels and number 22 on the tackle for the Raiders.
Yeah, that's double deuce. Double deuce squared.
You see the handout. They just string the play out well, Bobby. You've mentioned it before, sideline to sideline. They've got the speed there to kind of keep South Garland at bay, and just not a whole lot there to the outside.
Yeah, and then you got those linebackers that are coming through, just filling those gaps. So it's going to be tough to get outside them all night. You got to establish something up the middle and then try to pull them outside.
So we have come to the end of one quarter of play here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Our score: North Garland 21, South Garland 0.
Everybody choose GISD, a diverse community, providing exceptional education to every kid we see. That's the mission, reaching the future by driving excellence. Yeah, that's the vision. We have values. We believe every student can learn and every student deserves our best. You ready for your turn? Come join us and be a part. You could be Garland ISD proud too.
Back for the start of the second quarter here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. The Raiders 21, the Colonels 0, the second longest rivalry here for both teams in the district, and North Garland right now with the upper hand, 21-0.
Well, I tell you, it's pretty crazy that you have 2 first downs and you're up 21-0.
Well, they got a screen pass set up, and they got some room out here. And he breaks it. That's number 23 for the Colonels. A great call, and he is going to be inside the 30. Boy, a nice throw and catch that time from the quarterback to Del Rio on the screen pass.
Well, that'll hype your team up. That'll make you feel good. It was set up nicely. I don't even think the lineman was ready for that. They were like, "Oh my goodness, they're actually running the ball here." You see those linemen running it after people. He was like so happy that this happened, and Isaiah Watkins had to save the touchdown right there.
Yeah, he was really the only player left to save that touchdown, and he does so. But the Colonels 1st and 10 at the North Garland 27. Oh, and there's going to be some movement there. That's going to cost them 5.
Well, now we'll see. We'll see. Their quarterback here.
Defense number 57. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Boy, I spoke too soon there. That's going to cost the Raiders 5. They got an offside call against North Garland, so not a procedure call.
So we'll see how Jaleel Brown is able to throw with this wind now. We'll see what's going to happen with him. See if he gets a little more accurate and see what happens here, because that wind is now at his back. A little easier to toss it.
And he's looking to toss it towards the end zone. He's got 21, and
the end zone is
boy, it hits his fingertips, but he's not able to pull it down. That's Ty Key, the sophomore wide receiver.
Boy, that was a nice thrown ball right there. Look at this little tight spiral, just right off the fingertips.
2nd down and 5 now for the Colonels. Got about 5 seconds left on the play clock here. There's the snap. They're able to get it away. Brown with the fake handoff. He's going to keep it himself to the left side and a gain of about a yard. So it's going to set up 3rd down and 4 here for South Garland.
Solo tackle for the Raiders. One Marine.
Here's a look at the head coach right there, Damaso Martinez, for the South Garland Colonels. And boy, they need to get some points out of this one, Bobby. And here's a big play here, 3rd down and 4. Of course, this is probably 2-down territory for them, trailing 21-0.
Yeah, but you sure want to extend this thing out here.
Well, same play on 1st down to 21, and he's not able to hold on either. Boy, that was a perfectly placed throw that time, but they're just not able to pull it down.
Yeah, Tyke wishes he had that one over, because that was perfectly placed ball.
Watch him just drop this one in. I mean, you can't throw it any better than this right here.
Oh.
And indeed, as we suspected, they keep the offense on the field. It's going to be 4th down here and 4.
And I like the play call, too. It was third and 4, and they were expecting him to run that ball, so they had just man-to-man coverage, as you see. And so that's why they take the shot at the end zone. I think it was a good play call.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to take a timeout here as well.
South Garland.
Yeah, they want to talk about things here. Yeah, try to talk about what they want to do here. So we'll take a quick break with them. Our score, North Garland 21, South Garland nothing. Colonels called their first time out of the first half. They wanted to talk about things that right there, Bobby. This is a big play for them. It's 4th down and 4. They trail 21-0. Again, if they can pick up a 1st down, maybe even punch it in here, they're right back in this thing. So here we go. 4th down. They're going to fake the handoff, throw it out. He's got a wide open receiver. Catch is made. 5 and touchdown, Colonels.
Wow, what a play. That was a beautifully drawn up play by Coach Martinez. I mean, that was a beautiful play. It was a read option.
Jalen Chambers.
Watch him doing the read option. The first back that he read options to, he's the one that releases out. So all of the receivers are downfield, taking the defensive backs with them. Boy, I love that play. That was nice.
Yeah, number 22, Ethan Farley there with the touchdown. So here comes the extra point attempt. The kick is up. And that kick is good. So, boy, look at number 22, Ethan Farley there. We'll keep it here. But he just scored on the nice throw on 4th down and 4, Bobby. And that really gets the Colonels back in the game. They're trailing now 21-7. But, again, we got plenty of time left in this one.
Well, if you can score like that, I mean, and they've had a couple opportunities with the ball being thrown in the end zone. But, man, that is a great play. Watch him split these guys. Speed. That's what speed does for you right there. He clears the tacklers before they're ready for it.
Boy, and that's a big play by the Colonels. Again, it really kind of gets them back in the game. Boy, big play by South Garland. And let's see if they get a little bit of momentum here. So, Bobby, would you, of course, you're down by 14. You just scored the big touchdown. Would you think onside here at all?
Well,
it's early.
Every time they kick the ball, it seems like it's onside.
Well,
I mean,
true.
they squib kick it every single time. I just don't. I think you got the wind at your back right here. You use that to your advantage. You kick this thing deep as you can kick it. And see if you can pin North Garland back there and make them punt it back to you.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I would think about it here, but the Colonels are going to kick it deep. It's going to bounce it around the 15, and come down to the Raiders right at the 1. This is going to be returned, and boy, big return
wow.
here. So he gets out across the 40-yard line. I haven't got the number yet, but.
So I changed my mind. I would squib kick this as an onside kick because he took it out about as far as they get it if you miss the onside. So.
You know, it's number 10, Dexter Davis with the return, and boy, kind of bobbles it there at first, but then after that turns on the Jets down the sideline.
That's what you want right there. You want him to bobble it and put it on the sideline. That's what you want as a the kick team, because then you got him pushed all the way to the sideline and all your players are over there. You should be able to stop that guy on the 20-yard line. So he just made a great move and some great blocks.
So here we go. It is a first down and 10 for North Garland, and the ball is at the 40-yard line. So good field position once again. There's the handoff to Woods, and the Colonels there to stack him up after a gain of only 1. So a nice play there defensively on first down for South Garland.
That's what we were saying earlier, that they'd only had 2 first downs and they were up 21 points. They have 47 total yards. So that's why you go ahead and kick that off and see if your defense can actually hold them. I mean, they may be able to hold them pretty good here. We just haven't seen it because they've gotten the ball inside the 10 2 of their possessions.
And 9 for the Raiders, 41-yard line.
Second down and 9 here. Colonels with the shift there on the defense. They're coming with pressure to Gauthier. The throw is a good one on target to number 7, Duke Parker, and he gets knocked out of bounds after a gain of about 14.
He just runs straight down the field and then puts the brakes on and breaks it to the right for about a 14-yard out. And Gauthier just squares his shoulders up and makes a real accurate throw.
So first and 10 for the Raiders in South Garland territory. There's a snap, the handoff on the counter to Woods, breaks 2 tackles, still on his feet, and finally taken down around the about the 38-yard line. So that's a gain of 7 yards for Woods.
He weighs about 178 pounds, 180 pounds, and he carries it strong. I mean, watch when he gets tackled right here. He just keeps driving his legs. It takes the whole team to get him down here, and he never does go down.
Second down and 3 now for the Raiders. Boy, nice little play there and a first down run by number 10. Boy, I'll tell you what, he tried to make an inside cut that time, Bobby, and if he gets by that guy, he's probably still running. But again, here's a play where the handoff went to 10 and the tackle was made by number 10.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's a good little play right there. He's able to get to the outside. Safety has to make the big play.
First down yardage was gained, however. Here's another handoff to number 10. Dexter Davis, and a gain of only about 1 on that carry to the right side, so the Colonels defense able to do the job then.
Once again, Dexter Davis on the carry. Gain of 1. Second down and 9 for the Raiders.
Well, that's nice blocking right there by big number 53. He's able to get on his man, and that's how he's able to pick up those extra yards.
There's a snap on second and long. Handoff to Woods. Boy, cutting his way through the defense and gains about 5.
Kind of shifty, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Taken down on the
He's got good vision. He stays kind of low when he's running. Kind of patient, waiting on his lineman to block in front of him.
Jim Lewis.
Watch him take his time right here. Just cuts off that block right there by big number 9, which is, he playing offense and defense too, Alex Garcia.
Third and 4.
So third down and 4 coming up here for the Raiders. There's a handoff to Woods coming outside to the right, and he's going to have a huge run inside the 10. It's going to be first and goal, and Bobby, that time he just kind of turned on the Jets and got by everybody.
Yeah, he turned on another gear. He gets to that outside, and all of a sudden he's taking his time right here. Yeah, he's fast, but then right here, it looks like he just took off like a jet. Of course, it helps when you got big linemen out in front of you making a wall for you.
Yeah, pulling outside there. So first and goal once again for the Raiders here. First and goal at the 8. Snap to Gauthier, handoff to Woods to the left side, a fake handoff. Boy, he faked me out that time. Bobby kept it himself to the right side, and he's going to get down all the way to the 2
For this to work, this read option, your quarterback has to run it every once in a while or they'll never believe that you're going to do it. So I think it's a great play. He saw the defensive end come out and hit Woods. He does the right job of pulling it back and taking off running.
Yeah, thank goodness our great cameraman Larry Grimes got the play on camera that time since the announcer got faked out. So here we go. Second down and goal. Boy, this is going nowhere. Yeah, they're going to stop number 7 in the backfield, Duke Parker, and that's going to be a big loss. Now, penalty flag comes out, probably a little too much effort that time.
Oh, man, that would be a killer to make that great of a play on defense and then get it taken all the way back. And it looks like we got an injured player down here in the end zone.
Yeah, we do indeed.
And we have officials timeout.
Maybe it was he looks all right. He's up and walking back off the field here.
But yeah, Bobby, you're right. That's a
killer, isn't it?
That's a killer play right there because that's going to be a personal foul and give the Raiders an automatic first down, I do believe.
Personal foul. Number 23 in the defense for unnecessary roughness. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Yeah, the half the distance isn't a big deal. The automatic first down is.
Against South Garland.
Yeah, he makes the play. 23 is the one. Del Rio makes the play. But I right there at the last when he throws him down to the ground. But you know, I think you've got to blow your whistle earlier. If you're going to call that play, you got to blow your whistle earlier.
This time the handoff does go to Woods to the right side. South Garland stacks it up pretty well. Short gain on the play.
Stopped on the 4-yard line.
Because on that personal foul, I was wondering because they had him stopped. He was going backwards, and I never heard the whistle until he was thrown down on the ground. So, I mean, if you're going to call a whistle like that, and blow the whistle and throw a flag, you need to blow the whistle, the play dead earlier.
Yeah,
you're going to have to do it.
Yeah, stop the play earlier. Here we go, second and goal. Hand off to Woods once again. This time he's going to break a couple of tackles into the end zone for the touchdown.
4-yard run by Sabron Woods.
Boom. Did you see big old 54 get a pancake block right there? Well, put a star on his helmet.
Yeah, nice block that time. Leads the way for Woods into the end zone, and his second of the night.
Adrian Carrillo, that had that block right there. He's 264, 6 foot, 264 pounds. That's nice. Have that guy pulling and clearing the way for you so you can get all the credit by going into the end zone, right?
That's exactly right. Extra point is good. Look at Woods as we take a quick break. Our score with 5:31 remaining in the half. North Garland 28, South Garland 7.
Everybody.
Back at Homer B. Johnson Stadium, 28-7 North Garland on top. We've got 5:31 remaining here in the half, and the Raiders kicking it away here. And another low kick, and this time South Garland picks it up. Look at this return, Bobby, out across midfield. Still on his feet. They're going to mark him down around the 41, it looks like. Boy, great return that time. South Garland's going to have great field position.
Yeah, usually you see them, they get the ball and they kind of down it or they just fall on it or call a fair catch, you know, because the coaches tell them, hey, it's too close, don't do it. But
for the Raiders. First and 10, South Garland.
So the Colonels have a first and 10 and actually going to mark it down. It looks like at around the 42. Boy, I thought he had further forward progress than that, but apparently not. So, but still, great field position for the Colonels here.
Yeah, when you don't fair catch it or fall on it and all of a sudden you pick it up and take off running, woo, good job. 28-7.
There's a snap, and Brown looking to throw it. Oh, here comes pressure. He's going to escape it for a moment. Still outside, throws it out, and finds his receiver. Boy, nice job by Brown that time, Bobby, to elude the pressure, and he gets us to his gets it to his leading target here tonight, number 23, Edgar Del Rio.
Vondre Smith making the tackle.
Well, not only does he escape the pressure right here, and then he has to do it again right here, but he squares his shoulder up, keeps his eyes downfield, and finds his receiver. He's going to have to be real careful with that ball, though. It was out there to the side when he was running.
2nd down and 1 for the Colonels. Fakes a handoff. Brown keeps himself up the middle. He's going to have a 1st down and more. Oh, he loses the ball again. And North Garland gets it one more time. That's his 3rd fumble of the game.
Recovered by the Raiders.
Boy, and Brown, he does so many things. He's done so many things well, Bobby, but he's just not able to hold on to the ball. He had a 1st down here. Let's see what happens.
It's just...
Yeah, there it is. He just gets stripped. Good play by the defense there. I believe that was number 5 for North Garland. Goodness Nuwahe. And
I mean, he thought he had the ball tucked pretty good, but these guys are big and strong, and he's able to get their hands on it. They're going to pull it out. You've got to really tuck it tight.
You send Wahe in motion. Yeah, there's some illegal motion there as they had linemen moving early.
Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Going to back him up 5 more.
Penalty goes against North Garland. False start. Moves him back to the 22. Repeat, 1st down. 15 yards.
Well, I tell you, South had a nice little drive going there, Bobby, and again, but they've turned it over again. Now, I believe that's their 4th turnover of the game.
Yeah, three fumbles.
And then the punt.
Yep.
There's the handoff up the middle and a short gain. A nice defensive play that time by number 10 for the Colonels.
Goodness to Wahe, the ball carrier.
Here's a look at the young man there on your screen, Roy Garza.
24-yard line by Dexter Davis.
So a gain of only 2, 2nd down and 13 as we are inside of 4 minutes to go here in the half. There's a snap, the handoff to Woods on the counter. Or pardon me, that's not Woods, that's Nuwahe, and he's going to gain close to a 1st down. It's going to depend on the spot. I think he may have it if he's across the 37. That will be enough for the 1st down. Yep, and they are going to give it to him, it appears. And that will move the chain, so a gain of 13 yards. And
well, he's just a great athlete. I mean, you'll see Goodness Nuwahe on defense as a linebacker in a lot of tackles. And now they've kind of moved him, letting him run the ball a little bit. You show his strength, right? You see it right there. You see all that strength and power that he's able to run with, picking up 1st downs.
So 1st and 10 here for the Raiders. And here we go once again. This time maybe a timeout called, and I think North Garland got that one as the play clock was down to 1.
First charge timeout of the half.
And so the Raiders going to use their 1st timeout of the 1st half.
And the Raiders call their 1st timeout.
Bobby, why don't we keep it here and just talk a little bit about what we've seen? Statistics-wise, it's really not that dominant of an offensive game, but we probably should have expected that. You mentioned you thought this would be a defensive game, and of course with the weather like it is, not much offense really tonight for either squad.
Yeah, the Raiders basically scored really on inside their own 10 really quick, and they've really only had one good drive of 60-something yards, their last drive that put it into the end zone. But outside of that, there's just not been very many 1st downs either. Defensively, they've just been pretty dominant, both squads. And for South Garland, having all of these turnovers, that's really the difference in this ball game.
Yeah, agreed. It's the 4 turnovers has been killer for them. And here we go, 1st and 10 as we are back from timeout. Got there looking to throw it. He's got a man wide open, and Garcia can't hold on to it. Now, in fairness to him, it was a little bit behind him. But I bet you Garcia would love to have that one back as he was wide open.
He was running full sprint, crossing the middle, and the ball was a little bit behind him, so he has to turn his shoulders backwards to get that, and you can see it just barely gets his right hand. Well, that's a pass you'd like to have back too. All you have to do is float that one out there.
And off up the middle once again. That's Goodness to Wahe, and run of about 4 yards.
Well, he gets through there pretty quick, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Looks strong.
John Tay Hamilton, solo tackle for the Colonels.
There's a snap on third down. Handoff to Woods. He's going to have the first down and then pushed out of bounds across midfield at around the 48-yard line.
Finally gets to that outside, and boy, he's got a burst of speed. He's really quick. He gets there, and boom, he's shooting through there.
2:32 remaining here in the half. The Raiders on top 28-7, driving once again. They are into Colonel territory at the 49. There's a snap. Got the air fakes handoff. He's got pressure in his face, and he's going to go down at the 40-yard line. A big defensive play that time for the Colonels.
Forward progress marked at the 44. Solo tackle by Eduardo Coronado.
Yeah, Coronado just able to get, boom, right there. Gets a big sack. Big loss.
So second down, and after the loss of 7, you're looking at second down and 17. There's a snap, and they're going to run a power here to the right with Woods. And he's going to gain the lost yardage back plus 2 more, a gain of about 9. It's going to set up third down and 8.
They found a little something right there to that side. They've been able to get loose over there a couple of times and pick up pretty good yardage. Look at all the offensive linemen out there. Pretty athletic to be able to get all the way out there to the side like that as linemen.
Yep, we've got an official timeout here. There's an injured player on the field. There's a look at him right there on the sideline for North Garland. It is a South Garland player, and coming across to take a look at him. I believe that's number 20 for the Colonels there that is injured. That's Perryon Adams. He is a senior for South Garland. They're taking a look at his leg.
Mendoza.
Everything hurts worse when it's cold outside.
Isn't that the truth?
You can get thumped on the finger, and man, you'd think a hammer hit you.
On the home side.
Looks like he is up and on his feet and coming off to the side. So
let's hope he's good. Be able to come back in the game here in a minute.
Yeah, I bet we'll see him definitely in the second half for sure. He's gingerly walking, but able to walk on his own. So good to see that. And got 1:36 remaining here in the half. Again, North Garland up 28-7. They've got a third down and 8. Got to get to the the South Garland 39 to pick up the first down.
Gauthier 5 of 7. 48 yards and 2 touchdowns. Sabron Woods, 12 for 63, 5.25 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns. Nawahe Goodness, 3 for 19.
Sabron Woods.
Woods with the handoff. Is he going to get there? Pins on the spot. I think he's going to be just short. It's going to be first down at about half a yard.
Once again on the tackle for the Colonels.
And I would imagine North Garland going to hurry up here and go for it. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they just hand it off to Woods here up the middle. Here we go, 4th down and 1. I'll tell you what, that defensive end for South Garland better jump back as he was.
Almost jumped.
Yep, but here Gauthier, and he's going to sneak it here. Yeah, he's going to have the first down to the left side, a gain of about 2, so that will move the chain. Stop the clock momentarily as we're inside of a minute to go here in the half.
I like the play. I like the play call a lot. I mean, you got 1 yard. When they snap it back, 4 or 5 yards into the shotgun, well, now you're setting 4 or 5 yards back. I mean,
North Garland,
get there and
second
lean
charge
in.
timeout.
So North Garland elects to use a timeout. Let's take one more break here before the half. Our score, North Garland 28, South Garland 7. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV.
Everybody choose GISD, a diverse community, providing exceptional education to every kid we see. That's the mission. Reaching the future by driving excellence. Yeah, that's the vision. We have values. We believe every student can learn, and every student deserves our best. You ready for your turn? Come join us and be a part. You could be Garland ISD proud too.
Resuming play, 1st and 10.
First down and 10, North Garland, as we're back to live action. There's a snap. Gauthier looking to throw it. He's got plenty of time. He's going to throw it deep across the middle. He's got a man out there. Catch is made at the 10, spins to the left, and a touchdown for North Garland.
Ooh, he was wide open.
Carrington Henson with the touchdown grab.
And Gauthier's throwing that against the wind, so he's really having to put a lot into it. Little pump fake. Just wide open.
Then able to just spin around and get to the end zone. So here comes the extra point attempt for the Raiders. Snap and hold are good. The kick is up, and it is good as well. Of course, that's number 6, Van Chon with the extra point. And there's a look at the touchdown maker right there, Carrington Henson with the touchdown. Our new score with 45 seconds remaining, North Garland 35, South Garland 7. We'll keep it here. Boy, so North Garland 35 first half points here on the South Garland defense. And of course, the defense, you know, entirely or not entirely to blame in this thing is, again, the turnover's been the big story here in the first half for the Colonels.
Yeah, but that was 2 good drives. That was the drive previous to that. They drove it 62 yards for the touchdown, and then that was just a really nice play action pass over the middle. Got South Garland over there, you know, just playing to the outside, and they're able to get wide open in the middle. You don't have to throw it perfect to get that pass.
So the Raiders going to line it up here to kick it off. We've got 45 seconds remaining in the the Raiders with the 28-point lead. And the high end over end kick is going to come down at the 25-yard line. This one's going to be returned, coming all the way back across field, cutting it up across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. I believe that's number 23 with the return for the Colonels, and it is. Once again, Edgar Del Rio, and so the Colonels have 36 seconds with which to work, and a 1st and 10 at their own 32.
I mean, you got the wind at your back. I mean, you can make a couple of 10-yard out passes, and you got 2 timeouts, so you can get some passes to the outside, catch it and get out of bounds, because it's going to be North Garland's going to play the umbrella defense where they have 4 defensive backs really deep, trying to kind of like an umbrella and keeping everything in front of them. But when they do that, it'll leave your receivers open to the outside about 10 yards.
Colonels use their second timeout of the first half. And again, we'll just keep it here, Bobby. You know, talk a little bit about district play.
Second timeout of the first half.
You know, again, we are right past the midway point or whatever. You know, only 3 weeks left remaining. And boy, I tell you, it's going to be an interesting race to see who can get really that 4th playoff spot, if not the 3rd and 4th playoff spot. You know, you got kind of a log jam. You know, at the top now. However, last night a big game took place as Saxe and Lakeview played, and you know both of those teams were 3-1. But Saxe victorious in that, they moved to 4-1, and it drops Lakeview to 3-2. But you've got a couple other teams with only 1 loss in district. That's Rowlett and Wiley. So you know, kind of a big race here, you know, coming up. But that 4th playoff spot in particular is going to be a real interesting one, as you see the quick throw out and the catch is made by number 21 there of the Colonels. A nice little gain out to the 43-yard line. That will move the chains after a gain of 11.
Yeah, there you go. See, you just throw it out there. You have some running room because they're playing deep. They just don't want to give away the touchdown, so they're going to give yardage up underneath. You just got to keep taking advantage of that until you get into to that territory where you can go take a shot at the end zone. It is a log jam, though. There's so many teams that are right at 3-1, and it's just every team now has to win out, basically.
Yeah, you had 4 teams sitting at 3-1, you know, coming into last night's games, and you know, again, so obviously those would be your 4 playoff teams if the playoffs were to have started. But you know, you got a surprise team sitting right below them at 2-2, and that's Naaman Forest. You know, they started the season at 0-6, and all of a sudden they're kind of quietly kind of creeping. They've won their last 2, and they're still in the playoff hunt for sure.
And they got a pretty good team. They got a lot of players that are really skilled players, and they've got some big linemen in there.
Yardage for Colonel, first down.
Another first down throw and catch for South Garland, and they're trying to see if they can get some points here before the half as they are inside of North Garland territory now. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 42, so a couple of quick out passes, Bobby, just like you said, nicely done.
They've done it. They've executed it pretty good. They're just hitting them, not taking a lot of time off the clock.
Boy, this time Brown in trouble, however, and
Get that ball
Garcia is going
down.
to take him down once again. And well, let's see if the
Call
Colonels,
timeout.
yeah, they're going to use their final timeout here with 8 seconds left. And so why don't we just keep it here again with only 8 seconds remaining.
Timeout.
We've talked about Garcia, and he
South-
makes another big play right here for the Raiders.
Yeah, here the quarterback again. If you just throw it away right here, get rid of the ball, because time is more important right now than you running and getting 3 or 4 yards or whatever you got to do. You got to just throw that ball away. It was first down. You use 10, 12 seconds off the clock, and also put yourself out there where the ball was way out there again. It could have been easily another turnover.
Yeah, and of course, when we mentioned Brown, a sophomore, that that's what you get a lot of times with these sophomore
That's
quarterbacks.
right.
Is it's a learning process for them, and of course, he'll learn from this and just get better here over the next 2 years for South Garland. So,
But it doesn't look like it's too big for him right now.
no, not at all.
You know, he doesn't look panicked. What he looks like right now is that he's trying to make more plays happen. Instead of living for the next play, he's trying to make things happen right now. He's trying to do it all.
Yep, agreed.
But that's not too big for you. That's something
No.
you learn from.
That's exactly right. They've got a good player in Brown, you know, again, certainly for the next 2 years. So here we go, 2nd down and long, 2nd and 18. Brown escapes there. He's going to throw it out, and, boy, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. And, you know, in essence, that probably would have run out the clock anyway. So, well, South Garland's wondering why the clock didn't stop, as the horn did sound. But, you know, of course, with the incomplete pass, there should be a couple of seconds remaining, probably 3.
Yeah, I can't imagine that being a 9-second play right there.
No, it was not, and that's why the South Garland coach staff is, you know, kind of throwing their arms up like, hey, why did the horn sound there? You know, we definitely
Please
should have
put
at least
2
one more
seconds back
play.
on the game clock.
Play.
Clock will start on the snap.
I think the referees were like, okay, let's get these guys in to the locker room, but hey, there's a little fight going on right here with South, so maybe they want those 2 seconds back. That's okay.
Yeah, they got him, and here we go. So we have probably one last play here of the half, you know, barring a defensive penalty, but 3rd down and 18. So obviously South Garland's only shot here is to get it into the end zone.
Now you got to make some blocks here. You got to give him some time to toss this ball.
There's a snap. Brown's going to throw it out, looking for his receiver. He makes the catch and then gets a block, second block, and goes out of bounds. So another reception there for the Colonels, but the clock has expired, and we are headed to halftime here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium with our score, North Garland 35, South Garland 7. We'll be back after these messages. We are back at halftime at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Our halftime score, the North Garland Raiders 35 and the South Garland Colonels 7. Pretty interesting first half, Bobby. I tell you what, why don't we take a look at the first half highlights? Well, there's the first big play of the game, of course, the dropped punt. And North Garland, yeah, you and I talked about it. It's like, well, what, you know, why didn't they call the or blow the
Whistle there,
the
yeah.
whistle,
While
right.
he could take a safety.
Yeah, exactly. But here you go, the 1-yard touchdown run for Woods, his first of the game. Led North Garland to an early 7-0 lead, and then the second turnover right there, this time by the quarterback Brown. It takes one play to score. Boy, nice one-handed catch there for number 40 of the Raiders.
Yeah, Wheeler was able to release and get in the end zone. So 2 plays, 14 points.
That's exactly right. And then here comes another turnover on the quarterback there. Another fumble, his second of the game, and the quick throw. What a nice play there by Parker. Look at that catch. Great concentration with the defender right there. Well, then a nice play here by the Colonels on the fake and the quick throw out in the flat.
Now 4th and 4.
Wood's second touchdown of the ball game. He takes it in. Well, then here we go again. The 3rd turnover of the first half for the quarterback Brown, and in the 4th turnover overall.
Yeah, that's the difference in the game right there. You got 35 points on the board, but like 21 of them come off the turnovers.
Deep throw right there to number 4, Carrington Henson, and the touchdown pass, and that is where our score is right now. So we're at 35-7. There's a look at your first half highlights brought to us by GRS TV. And we are set to get underway here in the second half. Bobby will get to the stats here momentarily. So we get set for kick here. Of course, the Raiders will receive here to start the second half, as they won the opening toss and deferred to the second half. And so here we go, just about set to get underway.
Kicking off for the Colonels, Giovanni Serrano.
And the kick is high and deep, and it's going to sail out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Raiders will start 1st and 10 at the 25, and it gives Bobby a chance to read some of our first half stats.
Yeah, the Raiders with 8 first downs, 184 total yards, only 86 of that in the air, the rest on the ground, 98 on the ground. 5 penalties, 35 yards. Jaleel Brown, 7 of 13. Let's see. We'll go with Timothy Gauthier, 6 of 8, 86 yards, 3 touchdowns. Sherban Woods, 13 of 70, 2 touchdowns. Goodness Nawahi got in there a couple of times for 19 yards. Carrington Henson is the leading receiver with 38 yards and 1 catch and 1 touchdown. And looky here.
Yeah, it's a long touchdown run for Sabron Woods on the first play from scrimmage. And Bobby, what you may not have seen there was coming onto the field late. South Garland had only 10 on the field, and one of the down linemen was running on the field late. And I tell you what, it didn't take long for North Garland to exploit that.
Boy, 54 just gets a big pancake block right there, and he's just off to the races. There's nobody going to catch Sabron Woods when he gets in the open like that, and touchdown. There it is. That's how you open it up, right out of the gates.
And the extra point attempt is good. A long touchdown run for Sabron Woods. That, of course, is a 75-yard touchdown, his 3rd of the game, and North Garland now to a 42-7 lead. And we'll just keep it here, Bobby. You can keep on talking on the stats there.
Yeah, I mean, when you come out of the locker room right there, you've got to be prepared to play football, and it looks like one team was and one team wasn't. Sabron Woods adding to his big day today.
There's a look at the senior running back for North Garland. Really the senior everything for them. As we have shown, he plays defense as well, plays in the secondary for North Garland, so just goes both ways and does a fantastic job for the Raiders.
So South Garland's had 7 first downs, 68 total yards, 98 passing, and negative 30 rushing. I think that's probably a big part of why they're, not making these
for the Colonels.
First downs and keep getting in the end zone. You have negative 30 yards rushing. That's going to hurt you. They've also had 3 turnovers that really cost them a lot of points in that first half.
High end over and kick, and it's going to be fumbled. And boy, the return man able to pick it up. That was 23 there, but that was almost disaster once again. And Edgar Del Rio with the return out across the 35 to about the 36-yard line.
He's had a pretty good game tonight. Del Rio's been all over the field. He had a big sack earlier. He's been all over the place defensively and offensively. Jaleel Brown, 7 of 13, 98 yards, 1 touchdown. Del Rio, 1 rush, 6 yards. Brandon Wyatt, 3 rushes. Of course, nobody's had too many positive yards on the ground. Del Rio 3 catches for 49 yards.
You see a false start here by the Colonels.
Offense number 71. 5-yard penalty. First down.
5 yards stepped off against North Garland.
That's their third penalty for 18 yards, so they've been pretty clean in that area.
First down, 15.
So 1st and 15 for the Colonels here, and well, I'll tell you what, they just gave up the big play there to North Garland on their defensive side, on the defensive side of the ball, and then had come out with a penalty here on 1st down on the offensive side. So, boy, and they got movement again. That's going to back them up 5 more, it looks like.
Boy, what happened in that locker room?
Yeah, I don't know. They just haven't come out ready to play, certainly. At least it doesn't appear they have.
Start. 1. 5 yard.
Well,
First down.
Back them up 5 more, set up a 1st down and 20 now.
False start. Takes it back to the 22-yard line. First down, 20 yards to go for South Garland.
Well, you don't see it right there on the screen, but the receiver on the far right side jumped.
Yeah, the receiver down at the bottom of the screen is the one that moved early, and that's what caused the defense. So the handoff here on 1st down is going to go for no gain. So 2nd down and 20 coming up here.
Raiders, Ricky Taylor.
Well, just a start that the Colonels definitely did not want coming out of the locker room here. Again, already trailing. You know, they were trailing 35-7. Of course, now it's 42-7, and well, just not a crisp
not
start
really
for the
clean.
Colonels.
That's exactly right. First play from scrimmage, Woods takes it, you know, all the way down the field for a touchdown, and then basically three consecutive plays that were negative right there. Penalties. Run, you know, just so it's 3rd and 19. What do we got here?
Yeah, 3rd down and really 20.
3rd and 20.
Yep. So try to fade route that time, and again they're still looking for those quick passes, and that one just not able to connect as the pass was well overthrown. So 3rd down and long here for the Colonels. Play clock down to 10 seconds. They still haven't broken the huddle. Here they come now. There's a snap. They're going to run to the right side, and then Brown's going to keep it himself, and a short gain of maybe a yard, but it's going to be 4th down and 19 here, and Colonels are going to have to punt this one away. Well, you see Brown just frustrated as he gets up off the turf.
Well, yeah, and it doesn't help that Davion Sneed is the one that comes down and gets you. And that guy's a big dude playing right over the nose center. And he's coming downhill on you and hits you, drives you into the ground. It makes you get up a little funny.
Well, nice punt that time by the Colonels. Oh, look at this bounce. Boy, it's still rolling. It may go to the end zone. Now they get back there in time. Wow, and that punt.
Oh, my goodness. How far was that?
Yeah,
80 yards?
Yeah, he was punting from about the 11-yard line, and they're going to down it inside the 5 at about the 2. So, boy, that is a great punt.
You can't ask for anything better than that.
No, you can't. Just an awesome punt that time, and obviously took a good bounce, and of course the wind carried it, but still, right here, it takes just a great bounce. Boom, right there, and we'll talk about flipping field position right there.
Well, they had to hustle to get down there before that thing went in the end zone.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was going to make it for a moment, but they are able to down it. So the Raiders are going to start 1st and 10 at their own 2. Boy, for all that's gone wrong here in the second half for the Colonels so far, that one went right. But look here.
Uh-oh, goodness.
He splits 2 defenders. He's going to be tracked down at around the 40. To about the 44, but that was almost a 98-yard touchdown run.
Oh, my
wow.
Goodness. Oh, goodness. Takes it in the end zone, and he just gets some good blocks right there. Look at these linemen just shielding people. A lot of times you don't have to really just drive your blocks or anything. You just got to get in the way of the defender.
There's a snap. Gauthier looking to throw it. 5-step drop. He's got time. He's going to throw it. And coming back on the ball is Duke Parker. They're going to throw the penalty flag. And probably that time, Bobby, because the corner never got his head turned around.
Parker, the intended receiver.
I guess, and you can see how that ball gets caught in the wind and just drops. But Duke Parker's running down the field. He tries to come back to it, and when he does, he just kind of gets
Pass
tangled up a
interference.
little bit with the defender.
For 50. Automatic first down.
Well, didn't quite pick that up, but at any rate, it is a pass interference. It's going to be a first down for North Garland. And again, I think it's probably because he didn't get his head around. And well, that's tough.
South Garland 41.
Yeah, because the ball is just
It
gets
hangs
floated.
up.
See, it's kind of like it's not much you can do right there.
No, I agree with you, Bobby. Here we go. So another throw attempt here by Gauthier. He's looking for Parker again. Boy, that one timed perfectly and knocked away. Well, just an awesome defensive play that time.
Defending for the Colonels, Garland Witherspoon.
Yeah, Brother Witherspoon is the one they called the penalty on the first time. And this time, and he had good coverage the first time. They just called the penalty there. But this time, he just covers perfectly, sees the ball, gets his head turned around, and knocks that thing down. Just a nice job defensively. Boy, he had a lot of time to throw the ball there.
Yes, he did. So here we go. What nice play that time by the Colonel defense as they're able to stop number 10 for the Raiders. That's going to be a loss on the play. It was Dexter Davis.
Solo tackle by Michael Gonzalez.
And watch this. Yeah, just the handoff, and he's going to be.
Boy, he just
His Raiders face.
Michael Gonzalez just gets his arms around him. There's nothing you can do. You can't get out of that one.
So third down and about 13. There's a snap. Got the air. Another 5-step drop. He's going to throw it across the middle. He's got a man out there. Catch is made in stride and a touchdown. The second of the night for number 4, Carrington Hansen.
You can see that's where they were wanting to go with it earlier as well. They just want to throw that big post. There's nobody covering the middle. Gauthier has plenty of time to throw. Great blocking right there. He just goes ahead and throws it as far as you can throw it and let your receiver run underneath it.
Boy, another touchdown, and again, the second of the night for Henson.
Well, he has a lot of time to sit back there and wait till his receivers kind of get open.
But the extra point is low, and it is no good.
Conversion attempted.
So the first missed extra point of the game for the Raiders, but a nice throw and catch from quarterback Gauthier to Henson. Our new score, North Garland 48, South Garland 7. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV. To 7, North Garland with the lead after the long touchdown throw to Henson.
They're starting to pull away a little bit. I mean, they had that long run. Then Goodness followed it up with another 30-yard run out of the end zone, and then just a huge pass. Starting to dominate the game now.
Yeah, the ball there loose after the little squib kick, but the Colonels able to fall on it, and they're going to take over first and 10 at the 32. Yeah, remember, Bobby, that came just after that beautiful punt by the Colonels, and so that was a 98-yard drive for North Garland. And as you mentioned, started off with that big run by Nawahi. So Colonels coming out here. It is 48-7. We've got 8:05 remaining here in the third quarter. You're going to have a timeout call here, it looks like, for the Colonels.
Timeout. South Garland.
Yeah, play clock was down to 2 there, and so the Colonels elect to call a timeout, and we'll keep it here. And boy, Bobby, you know, the game was somewhat close for a little bit, and if you remember, go back all the way to the first half, it was North Garland had that 21-0 lead, but then South Garland had a little momentum there as they scored to cut it to 21-7. But you know, but that's really as close as it's been. And
yeah, but it didn't seem like it was that out of hand because the touchdowns came so quick.
Right.
Because of turnovers, and you thought, well, if you stop the turnovers, you probably have a chance at get this thing a little closer.
Right, to get back kind of in the game, but it
right,
just hasn't been that way. And, of course, the second half so far, and again, we're not even 4 minutes in, but it's really been disaster for the Colonels as they've given up, you know, 2 quick touchdowns here and just haven't done much offensively. So here we go, end around here. The handoff goes. They got some running room out here, cutting it outside across the 40. He's going to be close to the first down and trying to catch the number. I think it's number 12 it is for the Colonels. That is Deontay Pruitt, and it's a gain of about 9. And there's a nice play there on offense for South Garland.
He's coming from the receiver's position, so he's coming in motion, and they just hand it off to him as he gets to the quarterback. And, you know, pick up 9 yards. They need a couple of these positive plays. You can see the middle of the field's wide open if you want to do a little post route, and it's going to be a jump again.
Yeah, that should be an offside call here against, because the Colonels sent a player in motion, and you know, you saw the 2 North Garland guys jump offside. So I believe that's going to be an offside call against the Raiders.
Offsides. Defense number 35. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Yeah, so the automatic first down here for South Garland. That will move the chains, and ball will be spotted at the 46. There's a snap, and quarterback's going to keep it. Boy, big hole up the middle. He breaks through. Hold on to the ball this time. Breaks 2 tackles. Still on his feet and goes out of bounds finally at around the 32.
Looks pretty quick.
Yeah, call it the 33 instead. Yeah, that time I was just holding my breath that he wasn't going to fumble it because he's had 3 on the night. But
well, it was a nice job of doing that run-pass option where he just keeps it out there. You don't know if he's going to give it to the running back, and you could see everybody, linebackers, defensive ends, everybody staying out there to the outside because they know he's going to give it out.
Yeah, breaks some tackles there. Yep, absolutely.
And then he takes off straight up the middle and makes a good play. They got a good drive here. Let's see if they can just keep it going.
So 1st and 10 at the North Garland 33. They're going to send the man in motion again, and this time they're going to throw it out there. Got a wide open. That was the same play they called on the touchdown. Boy, takes a big hit there. Bobby stays on his feet and finally gets tackled around the 20.
Knocked the breath out of him, I think, because he was running, he got going sideways, and when you go sideways, man, people can really take good shots at you, and it looks like what happened here. Yes, boy, both guys were open. Even number 12 was open right
sure
there.
Sure was. Watch this hit he takes coming up right here.
Yeah, you get going sideways, and they'll get to your body.
So they're going to get him on his feet. Bobby, I think you're right. Hopefully just the wind knocked out of him on that one.
Injured player for the Colonels, Jalen Chambers.
You see number 22 for the Colonels coming off the field right there. That is Ethan Farley, and yeah, hopefully he will be okay. But another good play here for the Colonels, Bobby. And they're driving here. They've got the ball 1st and 10 at the 19.
So they run 3 different plays out of that. One, you can see the quarterback took off running out of it. The second time, they kind of hand it off and have a lead blocker going to the outside. And the third one is they could throw out of that same exact play.
Oh, no, they lose the ball. Ball still loose.
Recovered by the Colonels.
And the Raiders have it. Boy, number 23 that time for North Garland comes up with the loose ball. That's Jacob Jose, and Well, I tell you, South, they get momentum like that, and then they just have a bad play there.
Loose ball, Jacob.
How did they get the ball? I thought, again, it's that read option. He's wanting to give it to somebody or run it, and it didn't look like the man in motion was thinking that he was going to get the ball. And in fact, the ball did get there a little late because it put it right on his hip. So, tough.
So a pretty nice drive that time by the Colonels. Bobby, of course, it stalls in the fumble. Another turnover for South Garland. So North Garland 1st and 10 at the 21. And here we go, the handoff to number 26 coming outside across the 30, still on his feet around the 34-yard line. So the first carry of the night for Devondre Smith, and the senior has a pretty nice gain there.
In on the tackle for the Colonels, Christian Drone. Jacob.
Yeah, when you got a lead like this, you got to put other players in the game and let them play.
Yeah, play and get some experience for sure.
Right.
And here he comes again, and pretty big hole outside. Gets to the outside and then finally pushed out of bounds around the 37. Yeah, they're going to mark him out at the 36. So another big run for Smith. When Devondre Smith has two nice carries there, Bobby, in a row.
Good blocking, too. Look at these blocks right here. They're just starting. He's not even getting touched until he's all the way down the field and basically runs out of bounds.
1st and 10 for the Raiders. South Garland 36-yard line.
Good job by the defensive back right there, is not grabbing him on the inside of his shoulder pads and pulling him down. Yeah, we got into the quarterback here.
There's a snap, and he hands it off this time. The new quarterback, by the way, number 1, Michael Chambers. He's a senior for the Raiders, and well, loss on the play that time.
Michael Gonzalez, solo tackle for the Colonels. Yard loss.
You see right there, the handoff went to number 10, Dexter Davis, and well, good job by the Colonels. Interior lineman there to make the tackle.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of different players out there now, which is really good. It's what you want to do. It's a cold night. You've been sitting out there on the sideline. It's a good time to get in the game.
2nd down and 12 now, and the quarterback rolls to his right, looking to throw it outside, and boy, just not able to connect with the intended receiver. That's Carrington Henson, who's already scored 2 touchdowns tonight, but Chambers probably a little rusty as well. Like you said, it's a chilly night, and he's been on the sideline this whole time, so it's a little tough sometimes to come out and complete your first pass.
He looked good throwing. Looked good rolling out right there. He's just got to step into it and get it out there to his ball player. I think he wanted to throw it just a little earlier and took a little longer than he expected.
3rd down and 12, fakes the handoff, throws it across the middle, and looking for number 88 that time, but he cannot connect. The pass falls incomplete, so it will be 4th down and 12 now for the Raiders. And let's see, they're kind of in that territory where you can punt it away here or you can just go for it, and I think they may go ahead and go for it. Offense still on the field. So here we go, 4th down and 12. Snap to the quarterback, play action. He's looking to throw it, throws it outside. Catch is made, but not enough yardage for the 1st down. A gain of about 10, but he's going to be short, and that's going to be a turnover on downs to the Colonels.
Xavier Johnson, the intended receiver.
Nice throw. Stepped into it. Put it right on his receiver's numbers. But I think when his both feet, look, he gets hit right there. His right foot gets out of bounds. So incomplete pass.
Yep, they call it incomplete.
But when you got these kind of players out there that the receiver hadn't been out there, the quarterback hadn't been out there, you get all those guys out there, you take those kind of plays as a positive.
Right. So the Colonels back on offense. 5:05 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Play action here for the Colonels. The throw across the middle. He has his intended receiver. That's number 21, Ty Key, and a nice throw and catch that time and a big first down for South Garland.
Well, that's what we've been saying. They've had that middle of the field open, that little skinny post play. It seems like there's been no safety, no deep linebackers. They're focused on stopping the run. That middle has been open all night.
Play action once again for Brown. Here comes pressure. He's going to roll out to his left. He's going to throw it downfield and overthrows his intended receiver. Pretty good coverage out there by the Raiders as well.
Yeah, there was nobody to throw to. He's just trying to make something happen, but everybody was blanketed.
Anthony Bell defending for the Raiders.
Second down and 10 here for South Garland after the incomplete pass.
North Garland 43.
They are in North Garland territory at the 43.
You know, they had a good drive going last time too, and they fumbled the ball, but they've had some pretty good plays, some pretty good drives.
Quick throw out. Oh, it's low. Does he pick it up? And they're going to call it incomplete. So they had the wide receiver screen kind of set up, but boy, I tell you, Bobby, pressure came that fast on the quarterback that he couldn't get the throw off cleanly.
Yeah, he gets pushed to the turf really fast. As soon as he lets go of this one, look, he takes a big shot.
Boy, look at that shot from our camera crew, and it does hit right there, the nose of the ball. And nice play on the slow motion by our awesome cameraman, Homer.
Steve, you're such a homer for all these guys.
Okay, that was bad. That was bad, Mr. George. Penalty here on South Garland's going to back it up 5 yards, set up a 3rd down and 15. Headed towards the 4-minute mark here of the 3rd quarter. Fake handoff, and the quarterback's going to keep it himself. Brown's looking for first down yardage. He's not going to quite get there. He's going to be about 6 yards shy, it appears.
Manageable. They've got it where they can manage it now. It's 4th and 6. Some good blocking right there. The play was designed for him to run the whole way.
4th down, 6 yards to go for the Colonels.
So 4th down 6. Of course, the Colonels keep the offense on the field. See if they could dial up a play here.
Boy, that middle of the field's open again. If they could ever throw a little post route.
Play action. The throw's there. The catch is there. It's going to be a first down, Colonels. Inside the 20, down to the 16. Another catch by number 21, Ty Key.
There it is.
Yeah, watch the quarterback get hit right when he throws it again, Bobby.
Oh, but he put it right there, just like we dialed it up.
Yeah, had just enough on it.
It's been there. They've tried to throw, you know, the deep fade over and over, but the play's been in the middle of the field.
Hand off to the right side here. And a gain of almost 5 yards.
Over the right side, Brandon.
It's number 4 once again with the carry, Brandon Wyatt. And the Colonels inching ever so closer to the end zone as they've got a 2nd down and 6 now inside the 15 down to the 13.
Along with Jacob Jose.
Boy, that was...
I don't know what happened there.
I was going to say, I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but it was a bad snap. And let's see, they're going to get a false start called here against the Colonels.
I'd like to see what happened because it looked like the center was leaning on the ball or something. Watch. Let's see what happens here.
5-yard penalty.
And then he just falls down on the ground right there. It's like, what?
I think what had happened is it must have slipped out of his hands. So when he, tried to snap it, it just kind of jumped, went right up in the air. And then, of course, when it came down, he kind of tried to flip it. And
then dove on the ground.
Yeah, hoping they wouldn't see it. But anyway, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down 11. Here comes the quick throw out. A catch made by number 21, Key, once again. He gets knocked out of bounds after the short gain. And it will be 3rd down and long.
Forced out of bounds by Isaiah Watkins.
Well, Takey's been busy over there. Been 21 on 21 all night long. They've been battling.
Line of scrimmage, the North Garland 15-yard line.
Inside to 2 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. Raiders on top 48-7. South Garland with a good drive here, however. There's a snap, and boy, play action. They're going to throw the slant route. The catch is made. He spins away from the would-be tackler. And, boy, nice recovery that time by the Raider defender, number 11, as I thought he was going to get beat to the outside for a touchdown. That's Ian Jennings, but he's able to recover and, boy, makes the tackle there. So, nice play. And
well, he almost gets the pick right there, but he just gets – the receiver does just a great job of beating him to the ball. And I tell you, he didn't trust his speed to get back out to the corner. I think he could have really made a chance to get to that end zone, but he didn't trust his speed and he decided to pull it back in, and he gets tackled immediately.
Yeah, and he's a yard short, so it is 4th and 1 here for the Colonels. And, boy, there's the long snap, and Brown able to get away from it. Can he get outside? He's going to have a touchdown. South Garland.
Got it.
Boy, that looked like he was going to be tackled in the backfield, and then he is able to really just, with a strong run, Bobby, get in for 6.
He knows that he can outrun some defensive linemen is what's going on, because they had him, and he's just like, oh, yeah, but this is I can outrun you. I know my ability, and he just does it. Just beautiful job right there by making something happen out of a broken play, because that was a pass play. 2 defensive linemen come in to get him.
Extra point attempt here by the Colonels. It is up, and that extra point is good. So here's a look at the replay as we head towards the quick break, and you're going to see Brown here.
See, right there, I mean, they have him, and then he gets right there another one. But then he just decides, yeah, I'm going to outrun everybody to the end zone.
Brown with the touchdown. Our new score, Raiders 48, Colonels 14. We'll be back after these messages.
Everybody choose GISD, a diverse community, providing exceptional education to every kid we see. That's the mission, reaching the future by driving excellence. Yeah, that's the vision. We have values. We believe every student can learn, and every student deserves our best. You ready for your turn? Come join us and be a part. You could be Garland ISD proud too.
You can be anything you want to be. You can go any place you want to see. It all starts right here with GISD. We are the future, be the change you want to see. It all starts right now with GISD.
Colonels with their first touchdown here the second half cuts the lead to 48-14. We've got 46 seconds remaining in the 3rd. And the Colonels set to kick it away. Boy, nice little drive that time for South Garland, Bobby. You know, they hadn't had really much going here in the second half, but that drive was really nicely done, and you know, some pretty good passes on that drive, and of course then Brown finished it off with the good run. And here's the deep kick. It's going to bounce out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Raiders 1st and 10 at the 25.
Yeah, that's something that they can definitely build on. I mean, you have 2 really good drives, really. One ended with a fumble, of course, and then they finally capitalize on this one and get the touchdown. But they're showing they got a little bit of offense, and you can really build on some positives like that. It's a great drive.
Raiders out here 1st and 10. The ball is at the 25. Of course, the quarterback started on the last series is number 1, Michael Chambers. He is back in the game as the signal caller. And the handoff to the new running back in the game. That's number 25, if I caught that number right. Rolando Rodriguez, or is that? No, I'm sorry, that's 35 for the Raiders. That's Ricky Taylor. And no gain on the play. May have even lost half a yard. Sets up second down as we'll see if the Raiders, they're probably going to let this clock run out. There's a 1 second differential between the game and play clock, and so I think they're just going to let the clock run out. We're going to head to the fourth quarter here.
Yeah, I believe that's what they're going to do.
So we have come to the end of 3 quarters of play here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. Our score, the North Garland Raiders 48 and the South Garland Colonels 14. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV. Back for the start of the fourth quarter here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. North Garland on top, 48-14. North Garland with a second down and 10 at their own 25.
Now we're looking at Jaleel Brown when he was quarterbacking a while ago. He's 10 of 19 for 162 yards and a touchdown, but he's also got quite a bit. He's ran the ball quite a bit of times too, but he's just now getting to positive territory on his runs.
Boy, nice run here by number 10, still on his feet across the 30 and all the way down to the 25. That was Dexter Davis, a big run to the left side for him and a large gain for the Raiders.
Solo tackle by Braylon Witherspoon. First and 10, North Garland.
It's just a straight handoff to the outside. He gets a pancake block, and then he just cuts back everywhere. All the way down the field, he's just cutting back. Shows some speed there.
We're trying to strip it out there at the end as the South Garland Colonels, but not able to do it. This time the handoff goes to 35,
The middle goes
which is Ricky Taylor, of course, and he's going to gain about 3 yards for the Raiders. Sets up a second down at 7.
Eduardo Coronado.
North Garland really putting on some yards now.
3 second and 7 from the 23-yard line.
They're up to almost 400 yards, total yards, and a lot of that is coming this second half.
There's a snap. They're going to roll to the left side. Boy, coming outside is Chambers, and he went a long way, Bobby, to pick up about 3 yards as you saw him have to reverse deep.
Yeah, he did.
To get around one of the South Garland defenders, and again, going to gain about, well, they're going to spot him. He got a little bit more than what I thought, but it's still going to be third down and about 2.
Well, you see right here, the defensive end gets way up front like that and just blows up the running back. When he does that, it pushes Chambers way back. He has to take off running. Now, they should have gotten a unnecessary roughness penalty right there and got another 15 yards because they hit him way out of bounds.
There's a snap. The handoff to number 10, Davis once again.
Up the middle goes Dexter Davis down to the 14-yard line.
So they will move the chains on that one.
Chenault Johnson and Eduardo Coronado making the tackle for the Colonels. Raiders pick up first down in South Garland 14.
First and 10. North Garland once again driving. Again, we are just underway here in the fourth quarter. It's 48-14. There's the snap. Handoff once again. Number 10, boy, breaking some tackles, still on his feet, spins. And he's going to be inside the 5. That should be a first and goal, depending on the spot.
I think Chambers was trying to pull that ball and take it running himself, but He wasn't going to let him watch. He's like, give it to me. And he just pulled it out of the quarterback's hands.
There's one spin move there. There's a second one there. And then taking off his feet inside the 5. They're going to call him just shy of the first down. So it's going to be second down and about half a yard. And the Raiders can pick up a first down without scoring a touchdown. And well, just coming up to the line of scrimmage under center, picking up the ball and driving himself into the end zone for the touchdown is the quarterback, number 1, Michael Chambers.
Good for him. Gets in the game, gets him a touchdown. You can tell he's excited about that. Watch how this works. He gets in there, he's completely stopped, and then you get a big push by your H-back and your running back, and look at those linemen just driving. Puts him into the end zone.
Yeah, lineman give him a nice little push there, and he did the rest. A 5-yard touchdown run for Chambers. Extra point attempt coming up here by Chon, and it is good. Look at Chambers as we head to break. We've got 9:28 remaining in the ball game. Our score, North Garland 55, South Garland 14. We'll be back after these messages. $55-14. The Raiders looking to move to 2-3 here in district play. And boy, this is a big win for the Raiders if they can hold on here, obviously, for the final 9:28. Again, they started 1-0. They had that big win, as we mentioned earlier, over Lakeview to start district play, Bobby, and of course have dropped their last 3. So this will be a big win for Coach Joe Castillo and his North Garland squad as you see the ball go into the end zone for a touchback. And again, if they can hold on to this thing, they'll be 2-3 and really kind of right back in the playoff chase.
Yeah, and you can tell they have a pretty talented team. They've got some really good players out there. They're not real deep. They don't have a lot of players. And, you know, a lot of times that's what will end up getting you when you play teams that have, you know, 60, 70 guys on their squad. That kind of, it'll wear you down when you only have like 35, 40. So we'll see how deep they can go, but it's right now they look really good.
Well, high snap that time, but Brown's able to corral it, and he's escaping to the right side. They're still on his feet. He's going to have a first down run of about 12 yards. Well, nice escapability that time, Bobby, as he's able to kind of weave his way for the first down and a nice gain.
He gets some pretty good blocks out there too, but he's quick-footed. He's a pretty good runner.
First and 10, South Garland, 37-yard line.
Of course, North has got a lot of different players in there right now too, and a lot of the other guys are taking a break.
Yeah, this is when it's fun. You know, you get to see all these kids getting to play, and of course Brown rolls out here looking to throw it, and he caught it. That's going to be a catch.
Look at there.
Well, so it looked like for a second it was going to be an interception, then it looked like a catch, and then he bobbled it up in the air and comes down with it.
Marcus Duncan with the reception.
Just like you draw it up, right, Bobby?
Yeah, boom, 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 boom. It kicks it back to himself.
There you go.
He should get an assist to himself.
Yeah. Well, so that is a good completed catch right there, and what a nice play there by the Colonels. First and 10 now in North Garland territory. They're going to send a man in motion, hand it off to him, coming to the right side, and he's going to be taken down at the 39-yard line for a gain of about 3 yards.
39-yard line.
Well, Shar meets him quick, too. I mean, he thinks he's got a lot of running room out here, and then all of a sudden,
yeah, it closes.
It closes quick right here. Watch. Oh, here it comes. Boom. Boy, it's just 2 big collisions. That's a big one right there.
Yep.
2nd and 7.
Exactly right.
From the North Garland 39.
2nd down and 7 now for the Colonels. There's a snap and the handoff. Oh, a big hole here. 30, 25, and finally tackled. That is number 4 for South Garland. Once again with the big run. It is Brandon Wyatt. And just like that, another first down for South Garland.
Tackle for the Raiders.
Well, it was nice and patient. Oh, big stiff arm, too. That's 2nd big tackle 32's had to make right there. He looks like he's in a little bit of pain. Brian Tiburcio.
Oh, a high snap gets past Brown. He's able to collect it. He's looking to throw it. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man wide open. And the ball's picked off. Boy, I tell you, he had a man out there. Right idea, but with the wind blowing.
That's what happened. The wind caught it up and just the ball just got stuck in the air. I thought it was going to be a touchdown. When he threw that, I looked up and I said, oh, man, he's so wide open.
He was looking for his intended receiver, but that was Xavier Johnson there that's able to get back in time. And, again, the wind held the ball up quite a bit. And
it did. But you got to be he was running kind of sideways and backwards when he tried to throw that, so he had nothing on it. The ball just got stuck in the air.
In the air. It sure did. So an interception for the Raiders, and they're going to have their 2nd possession of the game, Bobby, that is starting at their own 2. Had one in the first half, and now this one here in the second half.
Well, the first one turned into a touchdown.
That's exactly what I was going to say. They had a 98-yard drive in the first half in the same scenario. So let's see what happens here. There's the snap. Handed off to Davis. Boy, big running room right here. He's going to be out across the 10, out across the 15, and finally tackled around the 18.
Dexter Davis picks up a first
Boy, so
down
that's
for
a
the
way to
Raiders.
get the ball out from right there at the edge of your goal line, a 16-yard run.
That's right.
Get on the tackle.
Big block by number 60. Look at all these linemen just getting out there and shielding and driving people backwards. That's why you can run an 18-yard run like that, because you got big linemen out in front of you pushing people backwards.
1st and 10 for the Raiders.
Now in quarterback, foul Homer.
Handoff goes to Davis. Oh, and he gets wrapped up immediately. Boy, nice defensive play in the backfield. And pardon me, I said that was Davis. That was number 18. That time not 10, so that was DeVarie Williams there with the carry, and he's going to lose 2 yards.
Well, and again, Brian Tiburcio right there again making the stop. He's kind of been the lone wolf out there the last a little bit for that Colonel defense.
There's a bad snap there, but North's going to get out of this. Now penalty, 2 penalty flags.
Well, who would they throw that flag on? I didn't see anybody even in the area,
Yeah,
but 2 of them came out. Obviously, they saw something.
Yeah, I didn't see it either, but they got 2 of them, so they're going to get probably a hold here and there. That's exactly what the call is. And that's going to back them up 10 yards. And
Penalty against North Garland.
so that's going to mark them back after the penalty here.
Just about back where they started.
Yep, exactly right. Going to mark it down here. Looks like it around the 8-yard line. Now they're going to wind the clock up. So it's going to be 2nd down and 20 here from the 8.
And if I'm South, I mean, I'm loading up to stop this run. I know that they're going to run the ball. They're not trying to pass it right now, and they're inside their own 10. They're going to run it, stack this box up.
And there is the handoff in a big hole once again, and still on his feet is number 10.
What a run.
Well, Davis has a nice little spin move, doesn't he? He's not afraid to spin. Nice run by Dexter Davis.
Taken out of bounds by Datavian Lee.
Look at this blocking. All the way out to the linebackers.
Pick up first down.
Boy, he does a little spin. And then he likes to put his hands up there and stiff arm you too.
Yes, he does. Boy, he took a big shot there going out of bounds and could have easily called that a late hit. But 1st and 10 here for the Raiders. Ball out past the 30 at the 31. There's a snap, and they're going to hand it off to the running back. That's number 35 with the carry. That is Ricky Taylor. And a gain of about 2 yards, maybe 3 on that one. Inside of 5 minutes to go here at Homer B. Johnson Stadium. 55-14 North Garland with the lead and the ball.
It looks like they've put another quarterback in there, Bo Hong.
3-yard gain, 2nd and 7.
He's a senior, 6 foot, 140-pound senior there.
There's a snap, looking to throw it this time, throws it out and just really kind of splits the 2 receivers there, Bobby. It was
Intended receiver over Cerrillo.
not sure who he was looking for,
Depending on the play for the Colonels.
or who the intended receiver is, I should say.
Well, I
but the
think
pass
both
is
of them,
incomplete.
both of them were so open, he got confused which one he wanted to throw to. No, it looked like the ball didn't get twisted in his hands good, and you saw that he threw it without the laces on there. He's trying to get rid of it super quick. Sometimes that'll slip out of your hand there.
Yeah, and I know this is the 3rd-string quarterback, but a little surprised they're throwing here.
I am too, really.
Again, with a 55-14 lead, you would think they're just going to, try to run out the clock here, but a high snap that time, and he hands it off to Davis coming outside. He's got a lot of room out here. Gets a block downfield and then pushed out of bounds, and around the 37 is Davis. Boy, he's had a big second half here, Bobby, on the ground.
You know, he's not big either. He's 5'6", 130 pounds, but he's pretty fast. I mean, he gets outside and he'll go. And obviously they know that he's going to run. Everybody knows they're running the ball, so you just got to be able to stop that thing. Yeah, he's 7 attempts now, 112 yards.
10 Raiders.
Heck of a game.
Colonel 38.
There's the snap, and Chambers back in at quarterback. He's going to hand off to Davis. And this time, Colonels do a good job of bottling him up in the backfield.
Tavian Lee, solo tackle.
Going to be a short gain of maybe 2 yards. 2nd down and 8 coming up here for the Raiders.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Raiders let as much time run off the clock as they can here as we approach 3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here on the play clock.
Yeah, they've got a player out here that we don't have his number or his name or number, but he is a big old guy, number 76, and he's also got a different helmet. So maybe they pulled him up from the JV. I'm not sure.
7-yard line.
Yeah, that is a discolored helmet, isn't it?
Jose Carrion.
Yeah, they're going to sub him off the field, but hey, getting some
Gets in the
playing time.
game, that's right.
Absolutely. No doubt.
They're going to have to get him a bigger shirt, I think, too.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one they got. He's a big man.
Yes, he is. But again, it's good to see all these players getting some playing time. Of course, you hate to see a score, like this or whatever, where it gets kind of out of hand, but good to see the players getting, playing time when a lot of these young players.
They practice like everybody else.
They sure do.
And they've been out here in this cold the whole night too, man. You finally get out there and get to run around and warm up a little bit.
That's exactly right. So North Garland calls a timeout here. We'll take a break with them. We've got 2:08 remaining. North Garland on top, 55-14.
Everybody choose GISD, a diverse community, providing exceptional education to every kid we see. That's the mission. Reaching the future by driving excellence. Yeah, that's the vision. We have values. We believe every student can learn, and every student deserves our best. You ready for your turn? Come join us and be a part. You could be Garland ISD proud too.
You can be anything you want to be. You can go any place you want to see. It all starts right in here with GISD. We are the future. Be the change you want to see.
1st and 10 as we are back from timeout. That's North's first charge timeout here of the second half. And more importantly, 2:08 remaining for the Raiders. And again, if they can
Resuming play.
run out the final 2:08, they will move to 2 and 3 in district play.
Yeah, Raiders 519 total yards, 389 on the ground tonight.
There's a snap, and they're just going to take a knee here, and let's see if the Colonels like to use timeouts. And if they don't, we'll just run off the final 2 minutes here and call it a game. Boy, big win here for Joe Castillo and the North Garland Raiders, Bobby. Again, I've said it many times, they're going to move to 2 and 3 here in district play. For the Colonels, they're going to fall to 0 and 5, and that will eliminate them from playoff contention at this point. But a big win for, there's a look at head coach Joe Castillo, and what big
He's
win
got
for
his
his
rain
Raider.
gear on.
Yeah, he sure does. Of course, it's been raining, so it's, you know, in fairness.
He's been shopping at Academy.
Yeah. Second down here for the Raiders. They're going to take the snap and tell you what, that was almost dangerous there, but he does take a knee once again, and clock's going to continue to run here. So a good effort again tonight by the Raiders. And boy, I tell you what, they've played a couple. You know, we've mentioned a couple times that the Colonels called timeout here, so we'll keep it here. And you know, we mentioned that the Raiders have had, you know, kind of that 3-week span here where they've got those 3 tough losses. But I tell you what, Bobby, they played Saxe really well last week. And, you know, I know they thought they were going to win that game and had their chances there towards the end, but not able to pull it out. So this is a big win for them. And certainly, you know, their goal all season has been to try to make the playoffs. And although, you know, they're not in a playoff spot just yet, but they're right there knocking on the door with this win. So the last 2 weeks obviously going to be critical for them.
Yeah, I mean, you play Saxe that good. Saxe hadn't lost yet, so you play them that good, and really, you think you're going to win that game all the way to the very last minute, basically, of the game, and Saxe was able to pull it out. But I tell you, they're a pretty good team. They've got good, skilled players. They got a good quarterback, some good receivers. They got some big, strong linemen. They're just not very deep. They don't have a whole lot of players. But the ones they play, pretty good.
Yeah, of course. If you remember, sorry, Bobby, didn't mean to cut you off. If you remember, they started 4-0 on the season. They were 3-0 in non-district play, and then, like we've mentioned, they won their district opener against Lakeview. Started the season 4-0, and then ran into that the stretch of 3 games where they had the 3 losses. So, you know, dropped to 4-3 overall, 1-3 in district play, and then of course they're going to move to 5-3 and 2-3 in district here tonight. But
they finish it out strong.
Yep, they sure have, and you know, they got 2 games remaining to see if they can make a push for the playoffs. You know, they've got to hope to win those last 2 and move to 4-3, and maybe 4-3 will get you in this district, because as we've talked about, there's kind of a jumble right there in the middle.
It's going to come down to the very last week for these teams to get settled who's going to be in or not.
Yep, no doubt.
So you have to just win. You have to win the games that you have to play. And you win those games, then you have a chance. That's it. You can't worry about the other teams and what they do. You have to take care of your own business. And that should do it.
Yeah, that should do it. We're going to run off the final seconds here in the game, even though the clock's not running. But I think both teams coming over here, and they may, you know, with it being that 4th down, they may go ahead and have South, you know, snap at the one more time, of course, and so we may get 1, maybe 2 more plays out of this, depending. But when, of course, as soon as I said that, then it dropped down all of a sudden to 6 seconds. So the Colonel's gonna come out here and probably snap at this one last go, and both of these teams will go to the locker room, try to get warmed up.
It's been a chilly night for sure.
Snap to Brown. He's looking to throw it. He's going to throw it out. And the pass falls incomplete, and that should do it here for the ball game. And it has indeed. So you see both teams meeting up at the 50-yard line, coming across to shake hands, and we have ended our game here at Homer B. Johnson tonight. Our final score, the North Garland Raiders 55, The South Garland Colonels 14. We'll see you next time on GRS TV.